took the heater apart. That's where it all fucking happens. And then the flame goes bare down there. That's the actual combustion chamber. Yeah, nah. I'd give that a yeah now out of 10. Canny combustion chamber. Might be why it's not starting. I mean, like, possibly new heater time. We'll just, what we'll do with the new heater is we'll set up the fuel delivery properly the first time from the start. And then, yeah, nah. Yeah. GG. Some brake cleaner, some brushes, other assortment of things, a bin, and really what more could you ask for to clean out your diesel heater? Apart from like maybe map gas or something like that. But we'll see. Let's go. I wonder if you can see it. I'll try turning the torch on. Can we see it now? I think you can. There's like a gas coming off it. Yeah, you can definitely see it. Oh yeah. It's coming together nicely. This bit is nice and clean actually. I know there's supposed to be a mesh in there, but there isn't in. Yeah. Let that dry out a bit. And we'll crack on. Alright, let's see the after job. Now to be fair, it isn't perfect, but it looks a lot better than it did. And the burn chamber itself, same sort of dealio, not perfect, but a lot better. And yeah, I know there's supposed to be a screen in there, but there's no screen in there when I took it out. Doesn't mean there wasn't ever one in there, but there isn't now. Anyway, do you want some bin blackberries? Alright, here's my jerry rig diesel heater. You got some diesel in the tank. That's all hanging. The filter's not even filled up or anything. The air's just chilling. There is no muffler on the exhaust at all. It is absolutely biffing it. It is biffing it out. Let's hope it starts. So this is the heater that I ran into the ground. It coked up within 3 months. Not very good at all. But we'll see. We'll see how it runs. Hopefully it runs anyway. Is the hot air coming out? It's not hot coming out. Well, I'm going to step back away from that. Now, so let you know how it guns on. Right, it is kicking off now. Close this a bit. It's definitely getting diesel now. There's the hot air coming out. It's warm air. Right, I'm going to walk over this side of the garden. I be able to breathe now, but I won't open my eyes because it'll ruin my night vision. Hopefully this works. I'll have a spare heater, because that's why I had to leave last time. Leave the cold place in the winter. Before the fuel pump kicks off, look at me jerry rigged set up again, wedged up between the fence and the step. Got the fuel coming in now. The fuel filter's nice and filled. Nice angle on the fuel pump. And it's all going in there. That's where it's coming out. I got an exhaust on it this time. It's mildly coked up, but nothing terrible. Still flows, as you can see. Now let's see how we go. I just hope, honestly, that there's enough battery This is how I'm powering it. I hope that there's enough battery in that to keep it powered. And I did try and see if I could charge it at the same time as powering those, but I can't. So we'll see how we go. Oh well, not long after I stopped recording, this went off and it lost power. So yeah, I'm going to have to charge before I can do this again. The reason I took the top off is just to make sure that the circuit board there doesn't melt. It wasn't on, but the glow plug was on, so it's still a bit warm around the glow plug here. Anywho, I'm going to charge the battery and check back with you when it's a bit more charged. Alright, so this bad lad is fully charged now. There we go. Let's switch it on. Now we should see this power up. There we go. So let's switch this on. And I'm going to hook it around the door there. In the daytime this time, as part of the Ford Transit that I ripped out, balancing on a bit of paint can, and then the old step that I used to use to get into bed, and then a clip-as box. And obviously the air intake's just there, and the exhaust is here. And I'm just going to go ahead and let this run, see what happens. So this is where the warm air should come out. I can feel there's air coming out this way, which is great. It's a good start. It's not pluming smoke, which is a good sign. We'll just look for wet patches down there. Which doesn't look like there's any. And believe it or not, this is ridiculously jerry-rigged. Like, the fuel tank is literally just leaning behind, well, between the step there and the corner of the fence gate. But it's delivering fuel. Everything's at the correct angle. If this works, I'm going to replace the gaskets in it, and I'll have a fully spare backup heater. Oh, here we go. We're chooching now. Luckily I'm upwind of it, unlike last time where I was downwind of it. And actually, while I'm testing this diesel heater, I've got the diesel heater in the van running at full tilt, because I left a water bottle on the desk and took a turn and the thin water bottle just cracked. But there's definitely flow through that exhaust. It was absolutely chooching. But as well, there's loads of cleaning fluid inside of that burn chamber. Oh, the smoke's coming towards us. I'm downwind of it now. Oh shit. Oh, it stinks, doesn't it? Any fuel leakage? Nothing yet. That's looking good. It's keeping up with number 6. The air coming out of there is lovely and warm. Just need to chill out on the chooching now, you know. The smoking has calmed down quite a bit as well, believe it or not. It's working, but it needs to stop smoking. It's burning a lot better than it was, if nothing else. It's still running, which it certainly wouldn't even start when I had to ditch my trip. So yeah, this heater had a horrendous setup. Absolutely horrendous. I'll see if I can get pictures and splice it in during some of this process. So it coked up very quickly within 3 months. It had bad fuel delivery. Just the fuel delivery was the worst. The exhaust was too long and had too many bends in it. There was so many problems because I just didn't do enough research. I've cleaned this one out. Like I say, I haven't replaced the gaskets yet, but I will now that it's working. And yeah, I've got a fully functioning heater. Fingers crossed it stays that way inside the van, but it'll be nice to have a backup heater. Oh, that is lovely hot air coming out of there as well. That is perfect. Perfect. And the smoking has calmed down significantly since the start. Significantly. The little jerry-rigged setup, done everything that needed to do. There's no fuel leaking, no fuel on the ground there. This is all working fine. And yeah, lovely hot air coming out of there. Absolutely fantastic. I really couldn't have wished for more at this point. I'm just warming my fingers up. Well, let's put it down. Let's put it through its shutdown sequence. We'll see the glow plug switch back on, which is the reason I don't want to run it too long, because the glow plug takes the most amount of electricity. and it's only a wee battery I've got in there. I'm going to warm my fingers up during the cool down sequence on my left hand. Oh, but I'm buzzing with that. I'm absolutely buzzing. Just a little update while I'm packing everything up. That used 50% of the capacity of this little battery. It was probably about half an hour I ran it for, and what, probably about 5 minutes was startup. It was a longer than usual startup, but it was also an ex-coked up, you know, computer that failed to start like 15 times in a row. So once it started, it was on 6 for probably about, I don't know, 15 minutes, and then I put it on 4 for 5 and then shut it down. Oh no, that's like a $5 worth of diesel, that. What a nightmare. Oh no. Look at all that pounds, just wasted pounds being soaked up into the kitchen roll. £5 at least. I think I'm trying to cope with this. I think it's more than £5. Right. Right. Just soak it up. Just use some more squares. Get the handle there. Get this entire bag. I'm going to take this entire bag and plug that. Again, all of these bags are going in there. They're the diesel bags. That's the diesel rag. You could sell that on the black market for about 40 pence, I reckon. The black market prices, solid 40 pence a diesel there. Anyway, at least I've got me comfort. The comfort is an all-day outdoor fragrance. Defense rather. Can't even think properly. All I can smell is diesel. I'm not actually upset. I've got loads of diesel left. Look at all that diesel to put back in the van. Oh, that's probably actually about £10–15 worth, not gonna lie. So yeah, that's gonna go back in the van. This can all get retired to the stinky room, and I'm gonna mop all that up. I thought I'd show you down there. That's what blew out from the little test burn that I done. So we'll get that emptied, and then you can see this, the actual burn chamber itself. That's got a bit of soot on, and that's that was there already. That was what was left over after the clean, but you can see after a bit of a burn. But yeah, you can see after a bit of a burn there, it's just starting to flake off. So I'm going to give this a good brush down. And there you go, you can have a look inside as well. And I'm going to give this a good brush down. And yeah, put it all back together with those wee gaskets there. A bit of plastic's broke off the inside of that, but that's what it is. So yeah, let's give this a good old clean out. Look at those crusty bits. Look at the exhaust port as well. Oh, I started without you. So I've got a collection of brushes here. Just your standard plastic brush, a wire brush, and a firmer plastic brush. So with this firmer plastic brush, all that soot that was on and left on after the last cleaning, it's just coming straight off. Flip it over. There we go. It's looking much better, isn't it? And you, for the main chamber there, let's see what falls out. Just those big bits. There's still some big bits in there. Yeah. Alright, you can see. I'll give it a bit of a brush out. Let's see what falls out now. Look at that. Filth. Partially burnt bloody diesel. It's looking a lot cleaner in there. It's almost looking just like a regular old used bloody diesel heater, especially the burnt chamber. Look at that. There's nothing special about that burnt chamber. Aye, even the inside's looking decent there. Mostly crust free. Right, I'll finish cleaning this bad lad off. Get some gaskets on there. And we'll be seeing you. Won't we? See you. Look at me dirty hand. Well, I don't know what gaskets these are supposed to be, but they just don't quite fit. As you can see more evidently on this one. Considering there's 3 bolt holes in that gasket and 4 bolt holes there. So yeah, it must be for, you know, a smaller version, 2 kilowatt or something. So I have a spare glow plug. That's the glow plug for the spare heater. And then the actual heater is currently running, dehumidifying the van. So yeah, I'm going to order the correct gaskets, and then I'll be able to put this together and have it as a spare van. A spare diesel heater for the van. Look at this. Anyway, I'm going to switch a flash on for this one. Look at that sooty deposit. All of that soot. See how close we can get. That is a sooty nightmare, isn't it? And that's what was left after I cleaned it. Basically, that just needed a nice hot burn. Yeah, that's going to go in the bin. Now, this is the last look. Last look inside the burn chamber. Well, not the burn, well yeah, that is the burn chamber I suppose, but as is this. Go on, get the torch in there. Look at that. Sparkly cleaner, sparkly. And I got the new gaskets in. Let me unwrap those and I suppose make sure that they are the correct gaskets. So they are. That's me spare there. So I've got the glow plug and a little atomizer screen, which is 10 out of 10. Yeah, there's the glow plug there. Apologies, that's just the tool. Yeah, have a look at that. The old broken gasket there. Let's see if I put it together. It sort of looks like a smooth little edge, doesn't it? Like I said, that is better than that, if nothing else. This gasket looks alright. It seems to be the metal one, which is always good for a bit of longevity. But I also believe that's the one that's on there, so. There you are, you see. Oh yeah, also the fan shroud itself has broke a little bit on this one. With all the oil. Alright, so there it is. The new one in place. And you know what? I think I'm just going to leave this one in place. Because like I say, this is the metal gasket. And even though I've bent it like a tool, just clamp that back down and it will clamp. You know, I have confidence that this little gap here will go boop. And like I say, I think that reusing this metal gasket here, that does go all the way around, is better than using this little paper gasket, which is broke. Yeah. Got the metal one in there anyway. So I'm all metal gasketed up in this bad boy. Lovely jubbly. Right, there we are, all boxed up. Ready for whatever one I've got now to fail. Hopefully that doesn't happen for a long time and this can just stay nicely packaged.